Okay, I think that's it. Sorry, I forgot to press the right buttons.
Did you start your own stream today?
Apparently. I just want to make sure we're live before I start yabbering to everybody.
I think we are. I bet we are.
Double check on the phones.
Well, so I can, but I've also got this beautiful thing now that you've moved a laptop over here.
Oh, you could just check it over there.
You can look at me.
All right. Well, I'm sure one or two people will trickle in.
I think we've already got a few.
All right. So I want to mention that we're probably going to move the stream 30 to 45 minutes forward.
Oh yeah, you talked about doing that today.
Yeah, almost. I almost started at 3:30 today, and I was like, no, everybody's going to be waiting from 3 o'clock. So let me rather just, mention in stream.
I don't understand. YouTube's up.
Rumble is behind. I don't know why Rumble's behind. Come on, man. Come on.
There we go. I see you. I see you.
Delay. The thing that happens to Dad on Father's Day.
Stop it. Don't you
All right.
start
Well,
now.
good afternoon. Goeiemiddag. Yeah, talking nonsense. Good afternoon. Welcome in. We are live from our old commercial kitchen. I did not move this. We can move this up forward a little.
Okay. It's okay.
No, I need some space.
Yes.
Yes. So just grab it that side, and then we can just move it forward, not this way, not this way.
Not that way.
Because I need
this
the
way.
oven. Yes.
Not that way.
All right.
Where's your phone? So I forgot. I've got that other thing that I like to do lives on. I haven't done one, so I'm going to pop this on.
Okay.
there.
Yeah. No problem. Well, let me at least greet the people.
Well, yeah.
So we are live from our retail store. Our store's to my right. This is our old commercial kitchen. So we will be making some interesting things today. I'm trying something a little new. I've made something similar to this, but not quite this one. I called it a cornbread, but it's not really a bread, more of a souffle.
No. Yeah.
We call it a tart, but it's not the right language for a tart. So it's like a what do you call it?
Savory.
Yeah, like the savory souffles we've made in the past. It's similar to that. So it's not quite a bread. It's eggy and stuff like that. So we'll
eggy and goody.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, it's not a souffle, so I don't want to call it a souffle, but a dish, side dish. How about that? So anyway, the show is not child friendly because we work with meat and food, and we'll make inappropriate comments at certain times when, if and when appropriate, or if it fits the narrative we are busy with.
We do that a lot.
Yes, we like to talk nonsense because we are married and we are adults and we like to have fun. And yes,
is that a thing?
Mm-hmm.
Is that allowed?
Sometimes, apparently, you gotta check with the crazy lefties, though. Make sure that we dot all the T's and cross all the I's.
Remember, there are crazies everywhere. We do not need to specify whom because they're all over.
Correct.
That is the world we live in.
I'm gonna pop that guy on. Because I've got to bake this thing and it takes 30 minutes or something in the oven. And I'm going to have to get cracking because this has to still cook on the range. So what I'm going to do, so I've got 1.5 cups or 420 grams of milk for copium if he's in. So I'm going to pop that in my pot. All right, and I'm going to pop that on the range.
Copium is definitely in and already started milking.
All right, so 420 grams or a cup, and actually a cup and 3/4, sorry. A cup and 3/4 of milk. 1 cup's about 240 grams. This is 420. And I'm going to put a cup of corn meal. We call it maize meal, corn meal, mealie pop. So I'm going to put a cup of this, which is like 140 grams. All right. I don't have those teleprompters. I'm not one of those fancy guys, so I've got to look at my recipe. Yeah, I don't have the screen up front there so I can face you guys while reading my recipe,
That's why I have the phone in my hand, because I also don't have a screen over here telling me what you say.
Yes, but also if we had a screen over here, we would have to squint at it because, yes, we have the laptop. We might upgrade. We might have to start a GoFundMe for the Anton show.
There we go. Okay, if you guys want us to do better on the show, Rumble rants are the way to go.
Yes.
I have been rhyming all day.
Yes. Nicole has been on the rhymes, man. She's been on the rhymes.
I'm just making a Father's Day interesting.
All right. So 1 cup of cornmeal, pop, millipop, maize meal, whatever you want to call it. You want to greet some people?
I do.
All right. Well,
I do.
let me just start with this. So 1 cup,
finished.
and then we got to heat this guy up. They say heat it slowly, but fuck all slow happens in this place. So we're going to heat it fast and we're going to cook it. All right. I'll stir it. You talk.
All right. We do have some newbies in, which I think is awesome. We've got Casey Gates from Santa Barbara, California.
Oh,
Did
cool.
you survive yesterday out there? I'm glad you're checking in. That's a good thing.
Yeah, Casey is normally in Viva's chat from the court ring.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We've got Marcus, and I mentioned Copium was in, and Bitch Mobile along with Bright Gaming.
Okay, goody goody.
Yes.
So we also have some lamb shanks. Now, if anybody knows anything about lamb shanks, you cannot cook those things in an hour. So they've been in a stock and wine sauce. So all I did was I put some salt, pepper, and some mixed herbs. I stuck them. You know what I forgot? Is the damn tomatoes. That's what I forgot. Is the tomatoes. They'll be okay in the stock sauce. Yes, I'll put them in a stock and wine sauce.
I think it'll be very flavorful. That's okay.
I forgot the tomatoes, of course, but I got onions and carrots. And I will see if I can pull them out in a little bit. Now, sitting back there, slowly cooking. So I've had them in since about 10 o'clock at 300. Slowly, I covered them. They were covered. I opened them up about an hour ago. So they just slowly browning, losing some moisture, thickening the sauce. So,
doing all the goodness that lamb does.
Yeah, man.
We do have a Rumble Rant.
Oh, okay.
Copium.
Does it say milk?
It does not. It says crazies. You rang?
That's very true. All right, so I am going to slowly. So what they say is you got to put the cornmeal in with the milk, and then you got to stir it till it's thick and glossy. So, do with that information what you will.
Thick and glossy is
Yes.
very interesting.
And then once it is steaming, then you must stir it for 5 to 10 minutes. So it's quite a big window. So 5 to 10 minutes, and then we're going to start adding stuff to it. So let's see. I'll stick a probe in here. That probe needs cleaning. Let me see here quickly. All right. If you use a probe, you've got to clean your tip of your probe at least once a day. I'm going to clean the entire shaft and tip. The sensing is done by the tip though. I just want to see where we're at for the temperature. Yeah, we're at 180. Okay, this is where we're at.
That was fast.
That was very fast, but it's because I had the range on. Don't you want to do me a favor and just wipe that thing off?
Do I get to clean your probe?
You get to do that.
Ooh.
That is correct. All right, I don't want this thing to lump up on me.
I should tell you guys, I was just playing with Anton sausage too. The Druvor specifically.
Yes.
If you haven't had it, it is phenomenal. I may have stolen a piece at the end. I may have. It was very good. Yes.
I'm glad you shared. All right. Yeah. This is thickening up nicely. I wonder if that, you know what? I think that tray might be a little big if I look at the volume. Yeah,
you want the other one?
I'll get a third tray,
okay.
Third pan. I can do that in a bit if you want. So what we're going to do with this guy, all right, so this, basically what this is a type of a souffle. And I'm just kind of jumping on and off the heat here because I don't want this thing to burn. This shit burns so easy, man, onto the pot. And we don't want that to happen. But you basically like par cooking the cornmeal because we're going to stick it in the oven for like 30 minutes.
Look how thick that is.
Yes.
Thick and white.
Yep. And glossy.
And glossy.
Yeah, that's going to make for good eating.
Okay. Too bad it's not protein.
Yes, right. Protein comes after.
So we've got another Rumble Rant.
Okay.
Gorilla Glue is a hell of a drug. Stay off the glue, dude.
Yes. Who's that? What's that? The what glue?
The Gorilla Glue.
Oh, Gorilla Glue. Yeah, I don't know, man. I just use it to stick shoes.
Man, Gorilla Glue works for anything and everything. That stuff is phenomenal. Hey,
All
you
right.
got a. It's Father's Day, so the Queen of Biltong should be cooking today. No, we want Anton to eat edible food that he will enjoy. So
He calls that bad, but I seem to have the knack for it. So,
yes.
all right. So this is like a thickish batter almost, and they call it a batter actually in the recipe. But the recipe is, of course, in my native language, so only I can read it. I do that on purpose because then I can laugh at Nicole when she wants to try and cook anything. I just get all the Afrikaans recipes.
He does do that. Man, I try to read it or convert it, and it's a struggle. I can understand pretty good, but yeah, no.
All right, this looks good. I think this is where we want to be at. So they say do that. Stick, remove from heat. So now the next thing we want to do is we want to put the egg yolks in here. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to mess with this recipe. So it calls for corn. Now, because it's already got cornmeal in it and we don't want to eat just corn, I thought, you know what? Why don't we do some mixed vegetables? But the carrots are going to take a little bit of time to get soft. The peas not so much. And I thought, you know what? I'll do peas and carrots. It calls for 2 cups. So I thought, you know what? Let me just put a bag, because I'm sure, you know, it's not baking. It's what's the name? It's cooking. So we can mess with the volumes a little. Now, the peas are sweetish, but the carrots are not as sweet as corn. The peas you can basically do, if you just do peas in this recipe, you can do a 1-to-1 substitution with corn, but you can't do that with carrots. So I'm doing about half because it's a mixed carrots vegetable dish. So, or a mixed carrots vegetable frozen veg. So I'm going to put it in here so this can actually cook up a little bit and just soften so we don't have hard carrots. And then what they say is, so this will actually drop to 10 because it was still like half frozen. Now we're going to split some eggs. All right. So I have, the recipe calls for 2 tablespoons. So basically 30 grams of sugar. I put double that because you got to have something to make up for the loss of sweetness of the corn, because the corn's a lot sweeter than carrots. All right, so I doubled up on the sugar. All right, I'm just going to put these guys in here. So now what we want to do is we want to split the eggs. All right, we're going to keep the white this side and the yolk on the other side.
I think somebody likes your probe.
Who likes my probe?
Well, we're getting rumble rants for probe.
Oh, okay.
Copium, I'm worried about you.
All right,
I gotta run.
Here.
Before I go, Sportfish, hello. I will read your comment in a minute. American first, Amen, pass the ammo, and Slidey Pie. Welcome in, everybody. I'll be back.
Yeah, I saw you on Redonkulous, man. I'm sending that guy some biltong on Monday. So, seems like cool guys. All right, so we're going to split 4 eggs, put the yolks in with the sugar, salt, and pepper. So I've got a teaspoon of sugar, about a half a teaspoon of, a teaspoon of salt, about a half a teaspoon of pepper. I've got 4 tablespoons or quarter cup or 60 grams of sugar. All right, and then we're going to put the yolks in with this. Now, the reason I put the veg in first, now they say put the egg with a sugar and stuff and throw it in, but if that mixtures, I'm so scared that the eggs are actually gonna like scramble, you know, the yolk. I don't know, I don't like just sticking the yolk into hot batter like that. So the the veg helped cool this down. It's still on the range plate, and the range plate still got some heat on it, so and it's still steaming a little. So what we're gonna do, so they say mix this, so I'm like, I don't really know if I want to mix it. I need a fork. Give me 1 second. Sorry, of course I don't have all the spanners with me. I've never made this thing. So I'm gonna mix this up. All right, mix this up. And then, see, I don't like mixing it like this because now in my brain, like this is stuck to the bowl. So now I've got to actually have a spatula to scrape it out with. So I'll clean that spatula up. But anyway, there we go. So we put the salt, the pepper. I'm gonna get that now. I don't want anything stuck to anything. I don't want to lose any product, man. All right. So we're gonna mix this in. And you know what? I wanted to clean this spatula, but I think what I'm gonna do. All right. So we've got the eggs in. All right, and then we got the eggs, the vegetables. I'm gonna grab one of these little spatulas over here. The eggs, the veg. So milk, 1 3/4 cup, 1 cup of corn flour, or maize meal, cornmeal, not corn flour. Sorry, cornmeal, maize meal, pop, whatever you want to call it. Like we got a brand called Iwisa in South Africa, like Iwisa, something like that. You put in here, all right, and then I'm gonna just get the last little bit because that's probably 2 tablespoons worth at least stuck to the bowl, you know, which is why I prefer putting it directly into the pot. I'm not a big fan of, but you know, if you fuck up, then your fuck up's in your whole dish, so you don't want to always do that. All right, so here we go. All right. There we go, that's better. So I've got all of that in here. So, all right, and then they say they want 15 grams or 1 tablespoon of olive oil. And I thought, man, I think butter is going to be better. But I'm going to put a little more because the water and the butter will probably escape. So I'm going to do about 20 grams. Which is like a tablespoon and a teaspoon. That's way over. Let me see, where are we at? 30, that's 2 tablespoons. 28, 22, that's okay. That's like a tablespoon and a teaspoon and a little bit for love. So we're gonna do the butter all mixed in there. All right, so let's see quickly. So I got the cup of pop or cornmeal. I've got the milk. I've got the 4 eggs. We're gonna what's the name those now? We're gonna whisk those up now. I got the salt. I got the pepper. We want some mixed herbs. So they actually call for quite a bit of mixed herbs. So I'll just leave it there. So I'm going to put 3 grams, say 4 grams. That's about a tablespoon. About a tablespoon of mixed herbs because I think you want some color in this thing, and I'll show you guys what this looks like now before I actually put the what's the name in here. All right, so there we go. We still got some heat from the range, so I'm just trying to keep this nice and kind of warm-ish. All right, there we go. And then flour, they call for bread flour. I've got high gluten flour. It'll basically do the business. All right, we're going to mix this in here. So 2 tablespoons of flour, about 30 grams. All right, this will stiffen it up nicely. So I've never made this, so we see how this comes out. It'll be nice. The kids are going to enjoy it. I don't eat this. I'll eat 2 lamb shanks. All right, so we got the vegetables, we got the eggs, so we need 90 grams or 1 cup of grated sharp cheddar cheese. All right, we got that. So here we go. 1 cup of sharp cheddar cheese. All right, and at the end, we're going to put a cup on top when it's done. All right, and sorry, what I forgot to tell everybody is because we're live in our store, you're going to hear ding-dongs, and ding-dongs are customers coming in. You might hear our kids yelling because that's what kids do apparently.
So I'm not the ding-dong today, thank you.
Yes, you are
But
not
we
the
have a
ding-dong.
few ding-dongs. Can I tell you who's joined us?
Sure.
We've got Femboy in.
All right.
I saw somebody else. I think I saw somebody else. Maybe I'm dreaming. Cam, there we go.
Hey, Cam.
I felt so bad. Cam popped in as I was saying hi to everybody else at the end. By the way, Bright Gaming says, corn is what my biltong eats.
Yes.
I like
correct.
it.
All right, so let me show you guys what this looks like by now. So this is what it looks like. All right. I think that's going to come out pretty nice.
Definitely.
All right, and then the last step, so they call for cold meat. Well, second last step. They call for cold meats or bacon. I call for biltong. But I'm going to chop
biltong
it.
in here.
Yep, I'm going to chop it. So let me take off. Now, I hear.
Yes,
Action.
there's a young man who cannot help himself, so we've unplugged the electrical devices.
Oh, okay.
That always works. When
Yes.
you unplug them, they cannot work.
Yes, they stop working. So I'm taking my biltong, I'm chopping it in about, I guess, 8-inch, 2-3 millimeter pieces. All right, here we go. And we'll mix this in. Then we're going to whisk them eggs. All right.
So Anton, can I
Yes.
tell everybody where to find this beautiful biltong that
You
you are
can. There's this very cool
fondling
company.
at this moment?
Very cool company that sponsors us.
If you go on biltongusa.com, you will find this beautiful Angus biltong, unless you are in the mood for Wagyu. We do have both options, and use code STF10 for 10% off of your biltong purchases. Now that scrumptious sausage that I mentioned earlier is also found on their website.
Correct.
And Femboy does ask if I was able to see a dancing photo of you.
Oh, yeah, he sent it to me on what's the name? On, I think, Discord or on Viva Barnes locals. I don't think I showed you. I wanted to show you and I forgot.
No, you have not shown me that. I'm missing out, apparently, Femboy.
Try and not hit the floor, because we are not bodies. We do not hit the floor. Right.
It was on Discord.
Yes.
Ah, that is
That
me.
is a customer.
I'll be back.
I'll be back.
You need
Yeah, I
an
think-
overhead camera, is what I've been told. Just show them what you're doing.
Yeah. So, there we go. Biltong is in there. All right. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly whisk the eggs. And then we'll fold the eggs in there. All right. There we go. All right. Let me just wipe my hands. Put some sanitizer. I want to try not get any oily bits in the eggs, because if we do, then if we do that, then the eggs will not whisk up. Take a sip of this. All right, put that guy over there, hang this guy over here, put this guy away there, and now we're ready for action. All right, so I got my little whisk. All right, let's whisk this up real quick. Let me do this. I'll stand like this, you guys can see. All right, we're just gonna go to probably like a just short of stiff peaks. We'll get this all mixed up, and we're gonna fold it into the, what's the name back here? Into the quote unquote batter, and we're gonna stick it in that oven. I guess I could have put some sugar on these things as well, but that's okay. My kids, you know, they think when I'm busy with a show, I can't see them, so they sneak past from the back to the front to do whatever kids want to go do. And they think I can't see them come past here. So I'm gonna have to have a word with them again tonight. And then they run at the speed of white lightning that way, because I think if they run real fast, I can't see them either. They would be wrong. All right, so let's do this. All right. The kids think I don't see them if they kind of hoof past.
Oh, they're nonsense. Big nonsense.
Hey, go back that side now, man. You think I can't talk to you when I'm live? Huh? You think I care?
I think he can sit right here. I got a spot. It needs some warming up.
Yes. All right.
So somebody's ding dong is working overtime.
All right. Now.
That was the comment. And by the way, that was J-Ham Stoneface.
Okay.
If you know who that...
Yes, I wanted to reply to his comment he made on Friday's stream, and I like it.
I saw you had it up and ready.
Yes, but it's been
a day.
It's been a little busy.
Yes.
All right, so we got half of this in here.
That looks really pretty.
The first half is in.
That's the a milestone, right? I'll be your overhead eyes here.
All right,
that's good.
And that's the second half. All right, so there we go. Okay. So I'll show you guys. So I'm just folding this in. Just kind of stirring it and folding it.
So Femboy wants to get me a Discord account so that I can see all the nonsense. My problem is I do not get time in front of devices.
Unless I show her, man, she's running around with stuff. That's why we share an account, because each of us only spend about half of the time we should be online.
Yes.
So so there's no point. We got one email address, we got one Discord account, we got one everything except for Rumble.
We even used to have a single Facebook. Oh, that used to make people so upset.
Yes.
I got kicked out of all the women's groups. I don't know why. I think they just didn't like me, but, you know, I don't take offense.
Yeah.
I'm like Slidey Pie, though. I like your singing going on there. I do that a lot. I'll try not to break out in song too much on the stream, though.
All right. Here we go. Here we go. Now, yeah, I think we're going to use this guy.
Okay. Yeah, it looks perfect. J-Ham, I owe you a huge apology. There is no Reaper, good sir. We have actually shelved that item for the moment. Doesn't mean it's gone forever, but we are focusing on a Wagyu Peri Peri instead of the Angus Reaper, just as an FYI.
Yeah, so I hope this works. I hope this thing doesn't bubble over, but it shouldn't. There's no. So this thing contains no levering agents, so it shouldn't be poofing up. It shouldn't be. We'll see what.
By the way, J-Ham has also gifted 5 subscriptions, so we have
cool.
5 red rashes.
All right, awesome. And J-Ham, maybe this week. Let's see how our production goes. Maybe I can put some Reaper in.
Ooh.
I might be able to make a small batch of Reaper.
Making some fun. Can I tell you who has a red rash nowadays?
Sure.
Sportfish, Slidey Pie, Russ, Amen Past the Ammo, and Cam.
All right, goody. Okay, so
you ready for me to move?
In the oven. Ooh.
Watch your table.
Yeah, I'm banging stuff here with the elbows.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to give this thing 10 minutes. It should go for 30, but I want to check it because I'm scared it's going to bubble over.
That is awesome. Okay, so don't worry. Sounds like Anton's got you covered on the Reaper, good sir.
Yeah.
He says, damn it, I used the Reaper as a free beer challenge at my bar.
All right, no problem, man.
That's
I'll
awesome.
if I make this week, it'll be ready next week. So I can sort that out for you.
Copium is reminding everybody with a Rumble Rant, that red rash, they make creams for that.
Uh-huh. So here's a plan for J-Ham. Do you want those in quarter-pound packs?
We can treat it like the bison.
Yes, because we do quarter-pound packs for some things, but not for everything. But the Reaper might be better in quarter pounds because it's so hot. Half-pound might be too much. So just drop a comment if you want it in quarter-pound packs. We can like custom pack it. Right. Now.
Is it time?
I have to unveil the shank of lamb, but
we do that later.
not the shag of the lamb.
Oh, okay. Well, you're not Australian either.
No. Same side of the hemisphere, but they definitely like sheep more than we do. All right. Now this is an aluminum pan, and they are shit because they are very flexible.
Do you want something to put underneath it?
No, I just gotta get my positioning right and pull this up because these things flex and bend and break for fuck all. So, lamb shanks. Now, it's too hot to grab with the bare hands.
That smells incredible. Can I just shove this through the airwaves?
So let me see if I do this. All right, let me see if I can show you guys. Can you see that, Nicole?
I don't think that's going to be an issue. I think we are going to be visible. Yes.
Is that good?
Yes.
All right, so.
I just don't want you to lose the juice.
No. All right, so these guys have been cooking since like 10 this morning. So they should be ready. I'm going to switch this guy off and I'm just going to pop them in. Usually I jack it up for like 20 minutes just to brown them, but I think these guys are brown enough. And I'm going to be very fucking upset if I drop this thing.
So we may have told the kids it's turkey legs.
Yeah, they were asking me, so I said, yes, turkey legs. Go away.
Although they love lamb.
No, I mean, they'll eat lamb. I was just messing with them. Four-legged turkeys.
I have new faces. Polish dog. Thanks for stopping in. And we've got Season with Love, who has French lamb in the oven right now.
All right, there we go. I still don't know if the French looks nice when they French the bones. But
well, where's my meat?
Yeah, I just kind of feel like we're wasting meat, man. I just want all the meat. So they actually advise the shanks you should French it. And just by the way, anybody know what a Thor's hammer is? So that's a beef rear shank that's Frenched, and it's got that big piece of meat.
Like
Thor's hammer. I'm getting 2 next week.
Are we playing? Are we playing with Thor's hammers?
Yeah, we might
be.
We might be doing something on those over like either Friday or Sunday, depending on how busy we are. I'm getting 2 of those. Might stick one in the freezer for retail.
Ding dong.
So I gotta do another bit of cheese on top of that guy, but we're gonna leave it to cook first. All right. So what I did with a lamb shanks, I did not do very complicated. I got a very nice Persian recipe that's it gets a rub like a chili cinnamon style rub. Just hold on 1 second. You two go away now, man. Really? Wow, my kids. I'm sorry, they got zero ears today. So it's a very nice Persian. So you rub it with chili and spices and jalapenos and all kinds of peri, and so you do this rub on the outside. I think it's got garlic powder, paprika, and all kinds of stuff. So you rub it, and then you leave it in the fridge overnight, and then you cook it in cinnamon, so like cinnamon sticks and wine and stock. Oh, that is so nice. But I didn't have time for all of that, so I just did salt and pepper, a good amount of salt, Celtic salt, which I ground, salt, black pepper, mixed herbs, nicely caked on. I left that for probably an hour to sit, and then I put a bed of onions. I put the lamb shanks, it's got the thick and the thin side, so thick side to thin side, packed in the pan. And then I put some carrots around the sides, all the gaps that were open. I put carrots in, and then I did about a half stock, half red wine, and I cooked it in that. And then the stock I made up of, it's not a. So I looked at all the kind of beef, chicken stock, and all those things are just packed full of fucking chemicals. So I didn't have like a bone broth, which would have been cool, but I didn't have that. So I just mixed some onion powder, garlic, a little bit of honey granules. Honey granules. What else did I use? Some curry powder and some paprika, and I mixed all of that up and I stuck it in the tray. So that should be pretty good. And then I put about that and half wine, and I just cooked it. And it should actually be pretty decent. I should taste the sauce. Let me see. I got a little spoon here. Let me see if I can not burn myself and just get a smidgen of the sauce out. Taste if it needs anything. You know, obviously the fat from the shanks cook out of it. That smells good. Yeah, that's pretty good. Needs more salt though. And I put a lot of salt. No, actually, that's pretty good. Needs the tomato. That's the one thing I forgot. I should have put that in. My other recipe doesn't take tomato, and that's why I forgot it. But anyway, so that's that. And then I guess, quote unquote, souffle is what I just made. Yes, you basically cook it on the range, you bake it in the oven. 3/4 cup, 420 grams of milk, you know, copium. And then you use a cup or 140 grams of corn meal, maize meal, pop, whatever you want to call it. We use a white one, not a yellow one, so it's going to be white, not yellow. And then you basically cook that on the range until it's all done. So you put it in the pot, and then you kind of slowly heat it. And then once it's at temperature, you stir it for about another 5 minutes, so it goes all nice and thick and glossy until it's cooked. And then I added a bag of peas and carrots to it. The original recipe asks for corn kernels, so like a cup of corn kernels or a can of corn, and you could also put sweet corn if you want, like cream style sweet corn. So I guess you guys call it sweet corn, we call it just corn. Sweet corn or cream style sweet corn you can put in there. And then I put a teaspoon of salt, a half teaspoon of pepper, about a tablespoon of mixed herbs. The original recipe with the corn asks for 2 tablespoons. 2 tablespoons of sugar. I put 4 because the carrots is going to be less sweet, so I added some sweetness via sugar. And then I put the original recipe asks for olive oil. I put just over a tablespoon of butter in there, so about a tablespoon and a teaspoon. And then 4 eggs, so you've got to split the eggs, whisk the whites, and then mix the yolks with the sugar, salt, and pepper. You mix that all up, you put it in the batter, you mix that all together. I put the vegetables in a little earlier because the carrots are probably going to be a little harder, so I wanted to get some heat in them, and it will also help cool my batter down so it doesn't scramble my yolks, because I was a little worried. You know, at like fucking 185, you put yolks in there, probably going to cook immediately and scramble. So I didn't want to do that. So that brought the temperature with adding the vegetables in the batter before I added the yolks. It brought the temperature down, which then made my eggs not scramble. So then about a cup of cheese, I have 90 grams. I put about a 1/4 pound of biltong. So I did 120 grams, a 1/4 pound is 114. So like a 1/4 pound of any meat, bacon, ham, whatever. I used biltong to go in, and cheese, and then I added the egg whites, and I kind of folded it in. Yeah, this thing's looking good. It's looking good. So I'm going to give it another 5, and then we're going to turn it around. And then we've got the lamb shanks, which I've turned off the oven. I'll pull them out in 5 minutes, and they can sit here and rest a little. And then we can get a plate, and we can start putting this stuff all up on a plate. The lamb is good. I'll ask Nicole if she wants to taste a little bit. We've had a bit of a crazy day, so the ding-dongs are going crazy. Let me put this thing away. All right, and then Nicole will come read the comments, because otherwise I'm going to get involved. I've got, the kids always want to eat out of the multicolored paper plate. So, yeah, so I was on with Dear Sarge yesterday. I'm not sure if Sarge is in the chat. I'll check in a minute. But I was on with Dear Sarge yesterday. That was a lot of fun. You guys should check out Sarge's channel. It's Dear Sarge on Rumble. That was good fun. I only had like an hour and a half, unfortunately, because like I say, it's crazy times, and with all these fucking riots and shit going on, people are very skittish. So they'll get in, go do stuff, and then all fucking disappear. So it makes it a little harder.
I am busy. I just thought I would say hi bye. Don't forget about your chat. You got all kinds of beautiful people.
Come read the chat quickly. I've just explained the recipes and stuff all over.
I gotta go help Michael. Hey, A is Cult Gaming. Welcome in.
Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I've got to go talk to these kids.
Well, I'll say hi to everybody. Anton doesn't eat corn, Copium. Come on now. You know that man hasn't had starch in 2.5 years now. I chuckle. We have so many people ask us about regularity, as you mentioned that lovely thing in chat. It's not an issue when you just eat meat. There is something phenomenal. You do not need fiber. Don't let anybody tell you nonsense. What I will say, if you need to go, add fat to your diet, and you're fine. Jody, hey, welcome in. Happy Father's Day to all of you dads. I'll say it. Anton will probably say it later too. But glad to have you all enjoying the stream. Sorry I'm not as present today. We've got all kinds of awesome people in front supporting us. Lots of dads today. Dads are getting their biltong. They're getting their meat and beef as they should. All right. I'll be back.
The kids. Oh.
Make sure you're
in the membrane.
on.
It is on. It is on. My thing is always on.
I don't get to turn you on.
I just switched my mic on.
Okay, whatever.
Now she's all embarrassed walking away. All right. I think this is looking good. I should not have opened the oven earlier, but I did. Hey, that's looking interesting. Almost looking like a bread. Fuck, I should have sprayed the damn thing. But anyway, hindsight, and all of that. 2020, I should have sprayed that thing inside. Man, I forget about that. So, yeah, so that's it. And then I'm getting if you guys have heard of that, it's called a Thor's hammer. Let me just reset this thing. All right, that should be good. So I'm getting what they call a Thor's hammer. It's the hind shank, beef hind shank, that I think is French. But I'll put it, as soon as I should get it Tuesday. So when I get it, I'll put a picture out on X. That said, if you guys want to follow us, I am king_of_biltong on X. Nicole is queen_o, only a O, biltong_biltong on X. And the reason she's just an O is because the limited characters. Yeah, let's see how I can fuck this up live, drop the whole pan. That's going to be fun. Not just dropping it, but cleaning it is going to be so much fun. But anyway, there we go. So we got 7 lamb shanks here. We are 6. The small guy won't eat a shank. He'll only eat a little bit. So Nicole will probably eat the balance of his, and I'll eat 2 and 2. That leaves 3 for the small kids. Yeah, my oldest daughter is 11 now, so she's fucking eating a lot. But I don't know. I might get offended if she wants more than 1 shank. I've got some sausage in the fridge that we bride yesterday, so she could have some of that. But I'm probably going to chow 2 of these guys. Oh, it's very nice. There's a little tip sticking out. I might actually just chop that off. Right over here. There we go. Let me see if I can show you guys if you can see there. So that's soft, man. These things are perfect. They are perfectly cooked. So that's the thing with lamb. I was always taught you got to be low and slow on the lamb. Low and slow. I still think the tomatoes would have made it better. I'm so upset with myself, or just disappointed in myself, that I forgot the tomatoes. But there's some carrots in here. I use some baby carrots. And we'll pull these bad boys out and we'll stick them on a plate. And I'll show you guys. That's going to be very good. So I'm getting that Thor's hammer. And we'll see. I want to have a look and see how we can cook that thing. I'm still thinking it's too big for my Weber. It won't fit. And I don't really want to grill it kind of down. So I don't know what we'll do with it. We're going to do something with that thing. I told the guy, get me 2. Let me see. I'll make a plan with that. That would be very cool to do on stream. So let me see. I'm seeing some yellow rashes coming here. Okay, reminder to listen to our album. So that's Copium Poppies. He's just asking that everybody listen to their album. It's you can get it online at Copium Poppies. So it's COPIUMPOPPIES, Copium Poppies .com /pages /music. Check out Copium. Check out their music. It's awesome stuff. At some point, I need to talk to Ike. I want him to incorporate the Copium Poppies music onto the sausage video he took, so I can change my my video on Rumble, and then put some credits there for Copium for making the music. So yeah, so that'll happen soon. As soon as I got a second, you know, we are we've sold our home. I've told you guys that. So we are busy moving some stuff out. So this morning we did 2 loads. We're sticking it in storage. We're kind of getting ready to. We're taking shelves down here. We reconfiguring our setup, and so there's a lot of back-end stuff that we're trying to prepare, do in preparation of us setting up anew. So there's a lot of stuff happening. I will definitely, once we are on, or once we start construction on site, I want to try and catch that live the day we actually do it. I want to be there when we break ground the first time and put that out on video. So there's a lot of things coming in the next couple of months, man. Beginning to middle June, fucking all the action will be happening. So yeah, good stuff. Let's see. So okay, so Russ gave a subscription. Russ gifted a subscription, and Russ gifted a second subscription, but I don't know who got it. Okay, so Bitch Mobile was gifted a subscription, and Marcus got a subscription. Hey, well, very, very good. So Marcus got a subscription, and Bitch Mobile got a subscription. All awesome. So I want to have a look at this and see if I can actually grab one of these guys. I put a little bit of curry in here, so it's got a bit of a yellow tinge. Let me get a spoon and a plate. Let me get a plate and get a spoon. I guess this would be very good with rice, because you can take the sauce and put the sauce on the, I want to try not to break the meat because it's so soft. All right, there we go. So that's one lamb shank. So there we go. That's a lamb shank. That's very nice. All right, so let me take some paper towel and then just clean off the droplets here. All right, let's get a couple of carrots. Let's see what we got left. We've got about 9 minutes. So for everybody who came in after the fact, we're going to see if we can move our stream up 30 to 45 minutes. So between 3:30 and 3:35 Central. So that'll be 4:30 and 4:35 Central. We want to move that up a little bit. And I know it's not like it's crazy, but we want to try and raid Viva after our stream. Viva always raids us. I think we can return the favor and raid him. All right, so there's some real nice sauce there. So I'm going to put that down there, and we'll put some sauce in after the fact. All right, so that looks real good. I want to see. I'm going to have to taste this again. This was in the sauce. That's good. Still think the tomatoes would have made it better, but that's very nice. That's very nice. It's actually not overly salty. That is very nice. I would definitely not complain about dining on this. I guess tonight's going to be one of those nights where we're going to have to definitely use some plates. So I'll sort that out for the kids. I just want to take a peek at this guy. That's looking good stuff, man. 7 minutes. I'm going to put the cheese on at about 5 minutes. I just want to probe this thing internal temp. It shouldn't be too cool. Yeah, 50, 60. Yeah. Yeah, that'll be good. That'll take about the extra 7 minutes, so we should be done.
Does that look good?
Yeah, that looks good, huh?
That looks good.
Yeah.
So the guy that was just in, would you believe it? He had me slice some of your more moist meat for him.
Okay. This is hot.
That smells so nice.
Yeah.
Is that for me?
Yeah. So you just blow on it.
Okay, I'll
It's
be
very
careful.
hot. Yeah.
I'll be careful.
Yeah, that is hot.
Don't burn my tongue.
Don't. Not today, man. I mean, be careful.
Oh, man.
We have to put these on place today. So,
Okay. Oh, the young lady will be very happy.
oh yeah.
We
Am I doing 2 white plates?
We were told it was a party day.
Okay. Not a party till the sausage comes out. I guess all the
I already had the
lamb
sausage.
shanks.
Druivorous, to be specific. I had Druivorous.
Alright.
It was very nice.
I was told unequivocally that there will be no vegetables for the younger 2. Now, my youngest daughter, if I do not put it on a plate for her, she's going to be very upset.
Is it still really hot?
Yes, it's very hot. Honestly, it's
Exceptionally hot. What? No, it's the. I think it's the device in which I'm holding.
Yes,
to.
probably.
So
Alright.
there is a Rumble rant stating your old current storefront. You should turn into a small concert venue and sell biltong and candy.
Yeah, if I have to go through permitting with this city, that
Maybe the death of us.
yes.
We've got a subscription gifted by Russ to Bitch Mobile.
Yes, I mentioned that. And there
Okay,
was a
cool.
previous one also gifted, and it went to Marcus.
Very nice.
Yeah.
All the red rashes. Does everybody have cream for that? Or do
Right.
we use milk?
They say milk works. They say. It's a thing apparently. So there are 4 shanks
Okay.
and 2 of us. I'm just saying, like,
I can eat two.
I could also eat 2, so I'm just saying. So I said if Trin is asking for extra shank, I might get
answer's
upset.
no.
I might just give her some of
Mom
the
and
sausage.
Dad say
Yes.
no.
All right, so let me just.
Or sounds much better in Afrikaans. Yeah.
Ja, die antwoord is fucking nee.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm not going to weigh this. I don't like putting the cheese on before because it just burns, in my opinion.
This looks really pretty.
It does. It actually looks very nice.
Goodness.
They're going to be very unimpressed with the vegetables in there, but you know
No,
what?
just the middle monkeys.
Oh,
It's interesting.
Oh,
Our
cool.
oldest will eat veg any day. She can get it. She just likes food. But then the youngest, he's starting to find that things have different flavors and some things are kind of sweet. So what was it? Peas he was eating the other day.
Yes.
Right?
yes.
Man, he liked the peas. J Ham says our white plates are racist.
Yes. Yes.
You stop it.
Did you not know where I'm from? Like
What?
apparently
Do you need my colorful plates? Do you feel better?
No, I thought we invented racism in South Africa.
That's right.
You know, that's what
No,
I get
it's
told.
just the Dutchmen.
Yes, the Dutch.
The Dutch.
You know. Then I heard
Sportfish
someone.
is still stuck on the I add fat to my fiber.
Yes. Someone mentioned that the Dutch were the guys that invented the slave trade. No, I think the ninjas had us covered on that.
I would say so.
Yeah. So I don't know if I should put sauce on the plates. Trin will probably have sauce.
She will like sauce.
Yes.
But the other
two.
ones, no. Don't do the sauce.
All right. So
Are we really going to give them an entire shank?
I think so.
Woo!
I think so. And they're not going to fucking waste it. I'm going to get very upset if they
No,
waste
if
it.
they start wasting, then I save yours,
Yes.
put your name on it, and it goes in the fridge.
All right.
Bye, Femboy. Have a good rest of your
Yeah,
day.
cheers,
Thank
man.
you for the Viva dancing. We appreciate it.
Yeah. This one got thin bone twisting around in the...
Lots of meat on a thin bone there.
Yeah, apparently. All right. So there we go.
So this is all we eat. We're not going to eat the starch,
No.
but the meat, more meat.
That's why I get 2.
You know what would be very good? That on biltong. The juice.
The juice, yes. We'll probably...
The juice on biltong. Did you guys know you could dip biltong in stuff? If you didn't, you need to know that. chutney, specifically Anton's peach chutney.
That's very nice.
Yeah, just a little bit. I mean, not much, but man, that with the biltong.
It's very
What
good.
else have we dipped biltong in? You made it was oxtail or something, and put the sauce
Yes,
on.
the oxtail. After you cook it, you take
Spice
all the you take all the veg and everything that's behind. I wish I remembered the tomatoes, man. It would have been better. But anyway, you blend it up with a stick blender, and it makes like a thick sauce.
And then you can just put it on your biltong.
Yeah.
So that biltong stuff we keep talking about, you can get it at biltongusa.com using code STF10 for 10% off on your biltong. And I hope there are some fathers in this chat that got some biltong for Father's Day.
Yes,
Wouldn't
that
that
would
be
be
awesome?
nice.
Sanglant is in, and he does agree with you. Islam revolutionized slavery.
Yeah.
History, though. We are talking history. We are not talking politics. Totally different subject.
Yes.
Because politics, most of it's made up.
Yes. All right, there we go. That looks better.
That looks very good.
It's a pity it's a paper plate. We might have to have 2 each.
Yes.
Let's put another one under there.
Under this one first, yeah.
Yeah. Because I think it's going to leak.
Our youngest daughter is obsessed with colorful plates, and to get a bunch of real colorful plates is not really ideal for any space saver. So we have gotten a few different paper styles for her.
Yeah,
fun.
and don't worry, I don't even know where these plates have been.
No,
'Cause
no.
they end
You
up
know
everywhere.
what? That's okay. Germs are good for the body.
Yeah.
Germ theory versus terrain theory. I will take terrain any day of the week. Give me the germs. Give me all the germs.
All right, there we
Even
go.
the white liquid ones.
Correct. All right, there we go. So those are the lamb shanks. There's a couple of potatoes. Let me check the internal temp on this guy.
All right.
If this thing hits 195, 200, we are good to go. Look at that cheese, man.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That's going to be good stuff. Do not fall.
Watch your finger.
Yeah, we are at 180. This thing might need another 5 minutes. Oh, we had 190 there. We had 187 there. No, maybe. Yeah, that was
there
200.
we go.
Oh, we there. I'll give it
2 minutes for Jody?
2 minutes for Jody.
2 minutes. Jody, where you at? Where's my 2 minute Jody?
Yeah, 2 minutes. You know what I didn't do, which I'm a little annoyed about? I didn't spray the container.
I wondered.
I didn't think of it.
I watched you
so-
pouring your white thickness.
Yes. So it can get stuck everywhere. Yeah, I know. That's terrible. So lamb shanks. These things are cool. If you guys don't know how to cook them low and slow. 300. I added it 300 for 5 hours. You can pretty much put anything you want in there. Just make sure you do some mixed herbs. Normally, the recipes normally call for rosemary. Is mostly what you put on this. I like to use the mixed herbs. Just make sure you hammer it with some mixed herbs, and then salt, pepper. Let it sit a little bit. Cook it in a stock. You can add wine. You could just do stock. You could do it like a lot of stock or just wine and stock mixture. Normally a can of tomatoes or 2.
Shiner, or was that with? No, that's
with the oxtail. Yeah, this all I wouldn't do
This
with
is
that
the wine
because
one.
the lamb doesn't lend itself. Beef does. But anyway,
And then you save the
carrots,
rest for later.
Yeah, you could actually. So I didn't do the celery. You could do celery, carrots, onions. That's a traditional French base. Tomato stock. Just cook them low and slow. Cover them. Open them an hour before. You can jack up the heat a bit if you want to crisp them up. I think they're fine like this, and that's it. Done deal, man.
There was a question. I hope he used tallow.
I didn't use any fat, man.
You
None.
don't need to. The shank is covered in
no fat.
the
I don't do
natural
anything.
fats of the lamb.
Yeah, I didn't do anything. You can brown them in a pot beforehand if you want. I don't do that. I just stick them in and just cook them. Cook them real slow.
We are having some fun with the play on shank.
Okay.
The things you can shank with.
Yes. There are many of those.
Many.
All right, what are we at there? Look at my timing. That's like instinct. Let me grab this glove. There we go. All right. So Close that up. Switch that off. That's off. That's off. All right. So there's the bread. I guess bread. What would we call it?
Souffle,
Souffle,
cornbread,
cornbread, souffle.
all of the
stuff,
above. Do you want me
something.
to open up the cutting board for you?
I don't know if this thing's gonna pop out like that. I think I'm gonna scoop it with a spoon.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I think it's gonna get scooped.
Scooped is always good.
I don't know if it'll cut like that. I mean, I can probably pull the sides away from this thing and see if I can release it. Let me see.
Release me.
Yeah, I know. I'm just thinking of that as well.
Yes, with wrapped around the neck.
Yes. No, I think this thing's gonna get scooped. Yeah.
There's so many movies we were just talking about the kids will never know. They don't know present movies either.
Nope. There's absolutely fuck all Hollywood has that I want. Absolutely fuck all.
Now this is a cool idea. Copium says, I make awesome cornbread waffles, cover them in chili.
Okay.
That's a nice twist.
Yeah.
I like it.
This thing's kind of loose, but I don't know if I should pop it out. You know what? This guy is too light in the pants. I need to get a metal one.
That's what she said.
Yeah, I know. It's not up to the job. Not
Oh, it's
up to
not
the
battery
job.
operated. Okay, it's just a spatula.
Let me see. Yeah, this. The problem is if I pop it out,
It's
then
gonna
it's going to be
flop.
upside down.
Yes.
No. Just, I don't want to pop it out on the cheese. Fucking hell, it's hot stuff.
Of
man.
course it is.
All right,
Fresh
this-
out of the oven.
Yeah, this side works a little better. I actually think this thing will come loose. Yeah,
You're
this
so
is.
far from the camera, Anton.
Yeah, I know. I'm
See.
sorry. I don't want to. There's too much shit in the way here, man. So let me show you guys. So this will come loose. You can see. Whoo! Don't fall. You can see the side there. It's pulling loose. So yeah, I think we can get this. I don't want to pop it on the what's the name. So we'll use a spatula, and we'll just.
The cheese
stab-
looks very tempting.
The cheese does. I agree. So there we go. I want to see. You see it's stuck on here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's cooked, but it's not set. Maybe we give this thing another 5 minutes. Let me
Turn
give
her
that
on.
thing. Yeah, I think. Let me give it another little bit. I mean, it's cooked because it was cooked there already, but it should set, and it's not set yet. So let me give it 5 minutes. Let's see if we can set that thing a little. And all my fiddling, of course, make it go down a little. So we're going to just look at these lamb shanks, or we're going to try them.
We should try them.
I agree.
So my parents would fry cornmeal mush and cover it with butter and syrup. That sounds like sweet pop.
Yes, that is correct.
So are we here to just tease everybody and
Yes.
eat in front of them? How horrible is
Yeah.
that? I hear a young man upset. He's probably
Yeah.
hungry.
Wow, that just pulls apart,
Yes,
man.
it does.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Go fetch that boy.
Mm.
That is good, man.
Incredible.
Yeah, this just pulls apart. The knife's just there to hold it so it doesn't completely fall off the bone.
I would say that is an attention cry if you've
Ah.
ever heard one. Don't
Oh,
worry,
yeah.
his older sister has obliged.
Of course. Let's see. Trying to get all the good bits.
It's not time to start cutting. It's not done yet.
Oh, this guy's done.
It's just falling off
I
that
know.
bone. Oh my goodness.
I know.
You teasing me here? Or teasing everybody watching?
Yeah.
That's so horrible. We shouldn't be eating in front of you all.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we should. It's a cooking show, man.
That juice is phenomenal.
There we go. I still maintain it would have been better with a tomato, but you know what? That's not bad.
Mm-mm.
I will have that for Sunday lunch any day. All right. Want me to pull yours off?
Yes, I'll be ladylike for now, so I'm not gonna dig in too much.
Get me a bigger tray there, please. I still wanna, if you work this thing a little, I think there. I want what's in
You
there.
have some marrow?
Yeah, there's some marrow in the bones. I want that.
That's what we should be scooping out for the young man.
Yeah. Maybe he gets it.
There's nothing better than bone marrow for the kids.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. I don't want. This thing is just gonna fall
Ooh,
apart.
Slidey Pie's making meatloaf for dinner. Are you splashing
That's what
me
I'm
already?
trying to. I'm trying
It's a little
to.
early.
I know. I'm trying to avoid that, man. But I cannot contain my excitement. There we go. What's Slidey Pie making?
Meatloaf.
Oh, good.
Yes. I think, if I remember correctly, Sportfish said he's having tuna tacos for Father's Day.
All right. And then what was, somebody was having French lamb?
Yes. Rotini with marinara for Bitch Mobile.
Okay, that
Yeah.
works. Well, I'm glad to see everybody's having good food.
We have a young man who has awoken
Hey,
to the meat.
Step away. Step away. We are not done yet. They carry on like that. I'm not going to give them lamb. They can have bread and sauce. Probably prefer that.
Right. I don't know. Our older son has begun to just eat meat for dinner. He doesn't even want other things. So we'll see if he even touches the...
Yes, right.
I forget about that.
There we go. That's very nice. They're in the sauce. Ooh.
It is so good. I still feel wrong eating in front of everybody.
I don't care. I'm sorry.
I remember a day when poor Viva was told to get some of your meat and put it in his mouth.
That is good. That is good. Yeah, so we've got 48 seconds left. And then I'll help the kids with theirs when we're done.
Yes.
That cools it down a bit as well.
Yes, it does. The bone does hold a lot of heat.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to lie. That was your spoon problem.
The what?
The heat's not as bad anywhere else.
Yes.
The spoon.
Yeah, that spoon, yeah. Now the spoon holds the heat, the metal.
Mhm.
So I think, let me see if I can get this guy out. And if I can scoop it. That's 20 seconds short of 5 minutes. There we go. And my oldest daughter can have some of this. And the other guys can have some of this. All right. There we go. There we go. Hello. That's
better.
It's better, but it's still there. All right.
All that moist biltong you put in there.
Yeah, I know.
Looks like
Right.
buns.
Pass me that plate, please. I don't want to step
This
away
one.
from you. All right, I'm just gonna.
Look at the buns.
Yeah, I see. Throw that like that. I think this will pop out of the pan. It made a nice little crust.
Yes, it did.
Look at that. All right. Go
Make
show that to
your-
the camera.
Okay. Here we go, guys. What do you think?
Yeah.
That is a Sunday meal. See, when you want to eat good for Father's Day, you should let Dad cook.
You're right. We'll cut this.
And you'll see some beautiful coloration here in that cornbread. That is hefty plate. And,
Yeah.
and this is for our 11-year-old, just to clarify, so everybody knows who's eating this plate here. That's a good plate.
Yep.
Oh, and there's my buns that I was talking about, if you guys can see. I don't want to spill the juice.
Let me see. If you give me a second white plate there. Let me see if I can get this thing out. Like semi-whole. All right. Go show them that.
All right. Now that is pretty.
Yeah, that's the inside. It's bread-ish, but it's not really bread.
No, I would agree with you on the souffle.
Yeah.
But that's what egg whites do, right? It's
Yeah,
more
yeah.
souffle-like.
Yeah.
So this is our youngest daughter. This is for a 5.5-year-old.
Yeah, she'll be eating that. She'll probably finish the shank. I don't know so much about the corn.
I don't know.
But I think that's it. Thank you very much for everyone joining. I hope that was at least half entertaining.
If nothing else, probably have. Hey, Neuro, welcome in at the end of the show.
Welcome in.
We also have Loyu.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Did we have any thumbs down today? We got any trolls?
I don't know. I didn't check.
I mean, I'd like at least one troll. It means we're doing something right. You know.
We get enough of those. Question though, who can I raid? Who
Yes, anybody you guys want us to raid today? Pass on a bit of love.
If you have any ideas, let us know. We would love to share the ride.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, happy Father's Day to you, Neuro. Hey, Fritzy21, sorry I missed today's show. I was watching Salty Cracker.
Oh, no problem. You're on our time. Okay.
No. It's from Friday. Polish Dog says, looks good. He's not hungry, though. Picked out on Chicago-style pizza earlier.
Okay.
So probably a little full.
Yeah, a lot of cheese in those guys, man.
Thank you, Slidey Pie. I'm glad you got to join us today.
Yeah.
And Loyu loves our meat, loves our biltong. How about that?
Awesome.
By the way, code STF10 on Biltong USA for 10% off.
Always 10% off, yeah.
So just as an FYI, if you didn't know that. But
then I think if there's no one to raid, let's go.
Russ is gifting a subscription real quick first.
Okay, but first give a subscription before we leave.
Fritzy21.
Well, there we go.
Yes.
That's it.
That's okay, Neuro. Neuro's here to say hi and run, and I can give you a raid target. Give me a sec. Yes, please.
Okay, yeah. Give us a raid target.
Tell me who to raid. I'll eat some of my husband's meat while you find that for me.
Oh, this is nice, man. I really like the sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff.
That is very good. Bitch Mobile says thank you and happy Father's Day, Anton.
Thank you. Happy Father's Day to all the dads. Your pull-out game is weak.
Thank you, Neuro. I got it. I'm going to push everybody over. Thanks for hanging out with us today.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Have a great Sunday. Have a happy Father's Day. And I'll see all you delinquents tomorrow. All right, let me get this one for the boy. I know I'm going to fail because he's not going to eat it, but I'll try. All right.
Make babies in peace. Thanks, Russ. Agreed. All right, I'm going to shut us down.
Yeah.